Okay guys, so like I told you before, I am a working woman, so let's get to this look and a little bit of chit chat. So if you don't know what I use as primer, I use calamine lotion. You can find this anywhere. You shake it up. I usually put it on my face while I brush my teeth. I usually put like my moisturizer and all that kind of stuff, and then I put it on my face while I brush my teeth so I can allow it to dry because you want it to dry down before you use it. Someone did ask me about my Shop My Stash videos, and I am going to go back into doing that. So that's probably going to be one of my Vlogmas days, just shopping my stash and going through this and going through stuff and actually, you know, getting rid of stuff. So, and changing stuff out. I want to change some stuff out. So, I also want to get back into, I don't know, I kind of got away from using my loose powders because I don't bake every day, but I do put the loose powder after the calamine lotion just because I'm super oily. If you're super oily, then you know what I mean. But one thing about loose powders is I have so many loose powders. And I'm like, you know what? I am never buying that many loose powders again. Because I have, so it's so hard to use up loose powder. If y'all have loose powder, let me know. I don't understand how people have, unless you're a makeup artist, it is so hard to use up loose powder. I am using this Becca foundation, and I have this in 2 different colors. One is a little bit lighter than the other one. And I told y'all before, and I'm trying to use it up, I love Becca. But neither one of these are my shade, but together they are. And you have to be careful with Becca because Becca does not play well with other foundations. Like normally I spray my brush or I spray my face. Becca does not play well with other foundations. I have tried to mix them with other foundations and she is not friendly at all. So I had to go find another one, and luckily I think I found it like in TJ Maxx or something. So I was able to find it for the low to mix them together so I can use them up. Now each one is not too far off, but you know. And Becca's one of my favorite foundations. If you're looking for a high-end foundation, like my favorite foundations are Estee Lauder, as y'all know, Lancome, Becca. MAC could be a favorite, but they don't have my shade. In MAC, I have to buy 2 different shades, or I have to go in with a light shade and then play it up. And I just don't think it's worth the money if I have to do all of that. I haven't worn MAC in years. I would love to wear MAC. If you are my color and you wear MAC, let me know. And it's not NC45 because you would look like a burnt orange by lunchtime. Every time a black person goes to a MAC counter, in my complexion, we're NC45. No, we're not. No, we're not. I see people walking around, even me, just looking like a burnt orange. It's like not good at all. Now this one makeup artist told me to try C6 because MAC had came out with another collection of makeup or something, and the numbers are like C's, W's, I think like cools, warms. Now I did try the C6. It does work. I feel like it's an inch too light. Maybe it's just me. But I have not repurchased it. I have not repurchased it. And then I had a makeup artist tell me my color, Bobbi Brown. I just started fooling with Bobbi Brown. I wore Bobbi Brown, and you guys are going to see it to my sister's wedding. And I have a makeup look coming for that. Hold on, y'all. Okay, well, you guys know the story of my life. If nobody calls while I'm doing the video, then it's not life. I was talking about Bobbi Brown, and Bobbi Brown is one of those foundations that a makeup artist also told me about, and I have been able to find my color in that in the CCO. You guys saw me go in the CCO a few days ago, and I was able to find a Bobbi Brown powder and foundation, and I told you guys she gave me a discount and everything, so I was super excited about that. But one thing about having my complexion and everything like that, it's very hard to find my color in foundation. And foundations are not cheap. So when you have to buy 2 and 3 foundations to match your color, I ain't liking that. And even now, low-end foundations are getting pricey. So basically, if I have to buy 2, you ain't really helping a sister out, you know. Now, luckily, I do know how to play around with foundation and powders, and I can kind of bronze it out and get a darker powder. But who wants to go through all of that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to stick with foundations that I know are in my color and just get my color foundations. Okay, so I'm just going in here with everything. I'm getting my lash stuff from under the sink because I want to go ahead and put my lashes on. I'm going to show y'all the lashes that I'm using and the glue that I'm using. And what I normally do is I put my mascara on, I put my lash glue on, and then I do some other stuff because I know how long it takes this particular lash glue to dry on my eyes to where it's tacky enough for me to put my lashes on. So if you're a lash person, you know that you have to like let your glue get tacky before you put your lashes on. So that's what I'm doing right here. I am going to put the mascara on here on my lashes to help the glue to be able to stick. And then I'm going to go in and put my lashes on. So yeah, and then I'm going to get ready to head out to work. I feel like this year is like, it's December, y'all. Like, it's December and it's finna be New Year's. Like, dude, I feel like I just celebrated New Year's last year. Baby girl's birthday is New Year's Day. Y'all know I have a New Year's baby. She drives me crazy every darn year. This year she wants to get an Airbnb with her friends. And the problem with friends is not all of them do what they're supposed to do. And not all of them come through when they're supposed to come through. And then I'm stressed out because she's disappointed on her birthday. And that's what gets me. I don't like to be stressed out because she's disappointed on her birthday because friends can't actually be friends. You know, people want to come to stuff that's free. People don't want to come to stuff that costs them money. And, you know, the friends that are actually staying in the Airbnb or sleeping over in the Airbnb, you know, they need to chip in. And it's really not that much for one night. Like, the amount of friends she has, it's like that $50 a piece for everybody for one night. You know, bring your own drinks. Everybody chip in on the food and just have a good time. Now, yes, she will have her own certain particular foods there. But, you know, she's turning 22. She's not rich. She can't accommodate. If there's something there you don't like, you better order something you like. Because, you know, she's going to have the basics. You know what I'm saying? I'm not throwing it for her. It just gets too tedious for me to do that. Baby girl is very picky. She's doing her own thing. Of course, I'm going to help out. But I just hate that every time she tries to do something with her friends, it just leads to disappointment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, you guys, pull it together. And if, for me, I don't like it because she does show up for others. You know, she's there for others. She does a lot for other people. And I feel like in life, she's going to have to realize that you can't always be there for everybody. You can't always, even though you want to. When you see people, the people who are not showing up for you, the people who don't call when you don't call, like, don't text somebody for a few days and see if they actually text you. If you're always texting first, calling first. But that is a very hard lesson for you to try to get the kids to understand. They don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's so hard to get kids to understand where we're coming from. I feel like a lot of times, I spend a lot of times telling my kids things that I've been through. Things like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. This is what kids do. This is what friends do. Watch your back. And they don't listen. But then again, we didn't listen either. I mean, I didn't listen to my parents. I mean, I have a 30-something-year-old son. So obviously I did not listen. But, you know, you still got to tell them because you're trying to look out for them. So you still got to, like, tell them and make them aware of rights and wrongs. And then if they go out and do wrong, then all they can really say is, you know, my mama tried to tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama tried to warn me. You know what I'm saying? And I still wanted to go out and do this and do that and do this, you know. And I feel like it's a circle. I feel like we tell our kids they don't listen. They got to bump their head on certain things. They going to tell their kids they don't listen. They got to bump their head on. It's like the circle of life. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. And then me and my sisters and everybody, we always talk about how funny it is that our kids don't listen to us and act like kids act like you don't know what you're talking about. Kids act like you have not lived on the face of this earth for all these years. You have not been through what they've been through, and you don't know what you're talking about. And I think that is so funny. It is so funny how if I tell you don't go down that street because there's a big sinkhole in that street, you still gonna go down that street because you feel like mama just being mean. Mama just don't want me to do this, or mama just don't want me to do that. This is the lash glue I use, guys, from the beauty supply store. Even though my eyes tear up, my lashes stay on for a week. So this is the glue that I use. So I really do think as parents is one of those situations where kids just learn as they grow up. There are some things that they will take with them. I know even for me, there was some things that my mother told me that I listened to. And then, of course, there's going to be some things that they just have to try on their own. I just, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you do too. You do so much praying for your kids when they're out of sight and out of mind. My kids are not even kids anymore. And I just send up prayers all the time for them because we're living in a day and age of social media. We didn't have to live in that era of social media. I would not want to raise a child right now in this era. Like, I'm glad all my kids are grown. I would not want to raise a social media kid, a social media teenager, or a social media baby. There is so much influence and so much stuff going on right now. And I blame social media 100%. And I still feel it a little bit, even with my daughter, because there's some things that she feels should be a certain way because it's that way on social media. So even though my daughter is getting ready to be 22 years old, when she started out, she was still a teenager when social media came about. So even though she's 22 years old, she did get some of the influence of social media. Now, I did not allow her to be on as much as she's on now. I definitely restricted it, but I think she was like, when did Facebook and stuff come out, y'all? If my daughter's turning 22, I think she was like 16, 17 when it came out. Let me see, at least 4 years ago it was out. So let's see, 22, she's not 22 yet, 21, 20, 18, 19, 18, 17, 18 she was when social media really started getting like popping. You know what I'm saying? Like popping. So I did have to deal with it a little bit, just a little bit. And that was enough for me because I feel like I could see the change in her based on what she saw on social media. And I don't know if that makes sense to people, but I could see the change. Even in shoes and clothes. They start wanting the shoes that they see on. They start wanting the clothes. And here's the celebrities. And the celebrities are showing them this. And the celebrities are showing them that. And now they got to have this because this person has it. And now they got to have that. And then you got them doing challenges and all these challenges and hurting themselves. So it's, it's a lot. It is a lot. I am thankful that my kids are older. I'm thankful that they are grown at this point, and I say a prayer and feel for you guys with small kids coming up in social media. And are you going to let your kids be on social media or not? At what age will you let your kids get a TikTok, a Facebook, or Instagram? Let me know. At what age would you let them get that? So let me know. And also, if you have kids now, what age did you let them get an account? Like, I know some parents are on TikTok and stuff with their little kids, and it's funny and it's cool, but at what age do you let your child get a Facebook, a TikTok, a Instagram account, like on their phone, like full force account? What's a good age for that? That's what I want to know. And will you monitor it? Will you have access to their account? Will you say like, okay, we have to be friends? Like, what's the stipulations to them getting an account
and to them having an account? Do you have to have the username and password? Like what is your rules and stipulations for your kids if they're 5, 6, 7, 8 and growing up, or if they're already like teenagers? At what age did you let them do that, and do you monitor it? Because I feel like you got to pay attention to these kids, and it's not just them. It's like the crazy people out here targeting. You always hear about people targeting kids. So y'all let me know. I am gelling down my edges, and then I'm gonna get out the door. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video, because your girl gotta go make $1, because ain't nobody gonna make it for me. Deuces.